Hey guys, I'm John P.
And I'm Callie Lewis. Guess what? 3D Robotics has drones even John P. can't crash.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Geek Beat live, even though it's kind of recorded.
I am shocked, John.
What?
I can't believe you could even utter those welcome words because you should be so darn excited you cannot think about anything else.
I've been practicing my Zen-like breathing and stuff so that I can avoid focusing on the toys that are right beside me.
OMG, we have amazing stuff here, right here at the Geek House.
We've got Scott with us.
New.
He's from 3D Robotics, and his official title is Cinema Pilot.
Cinema Pilot.
Although yesterday his unofficial title or his secondary title was, what was it again?
Safety pilot.
Safety pilot.
Try to make sure John was doing well over there.
Okay,
That's right. So it's pretty cool because actually this, and I'm sure we're about to really get into this, but I just have to just jump to some of the good stuff. You can actually control this drone with a tablet.
I know.
But
how cool is that?
What's even more important is if somebody like me is controlling with a tablet, a real professional could have a controller standing by. You know how when you're learning how to drive,
I was wondering what that was.
You have the instructor has the
pedal, the override pedal. You can't say that.
The crap pedal that they can stop. Well, that's the
awesome.
crap pedal right there.
Exactly. We're going to get to that. But first and foremost, this particular drone, that's Quadcopter, is the Iris Plus, which is like brand spanking new, right?
Yes, absolutely. Just a revamp of the Iris. So we've got a more efficient powertrain, spin-on props, so it's really easy to take off and off.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a little lock button, or a little lock thing right here, and it shows you which direction to take it off and which direction to put it on.
Nice.
And you can just spin it.
Oh, okay, awesome.
That way when the motors are spinning,
totally take it
it's
off,
actually tightening the prop as you fly.
Oh, nice.
Very useful.
Okay, and why is this side blue and this side black?
So you can tell which one's the front.
I knew that. I was. You're excited that you knew it. You spent all day with him.
I did. We were hanging out all day.
Lots of fun. Lots of fun.
Yeah.
On the drone.
There's a man crush on the drone.
I'm not gonna lie. So everybody knows I have my exploits with my DJI Phantom are well known. So I bought one of the when they came out, I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. And I bought one, and I gotta admit, I like it. It's a good little drone, and in fact, like for you, it'd probably be a great drone because you're really good at flying these things, and I'm only okay at flying it. And so for me, it was a little difficult. And what I decided I was going to do was I was going to mount a gimbal on it. So I ordered a third-party gimbal, and I had it, and I followed the instructions completely. I mean, really, I honestly did. I did it perfectly, but there was something wrong with that thing. And when I plugged it in, it killed my quadcopter.
Fried the whole system.
And so we sent it off to DJI, and it took a long time to come back.
And that, my friends, is how John P. got to be known as
Mr. Fix-It. Yeah, I fixed the quadcopter, and I swear to God I didn't break it. But anyway,
but this actually comes with a gimbal.
Yes, absolutely. It comes with the gimbal, and it's really simple to install. It's 2 plugs, done.
Wow.
Well, the key part of my other DJI story was even after I got it back, I have a hard time flying that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a good machine.
It just takes a little bit of expertise.
But it takes a lot of practice. Okay, now flash forward to this bad boy.
Yep.
Yesterday, we were out here in the parking lot, and you pulled out a tablet and started pulling up Google Maps and drawing pictures on it with your finger, and then you hit a button, and the freaking machine took off by itself and started flying around and freaked me out. Okay?
That is crazy. The fact that so describe exactly what you're doing and what that technology is called.
So basically, inside the Iris Plus, there's a autopilot. and it has GPS and a bunch of sensors, IMUs, things like that, kind of a lot like what you have in tablets and phones. But it uses all that data to figure out where it is in the world and basically flies itself. That allows us to have people like John here, just basically, you're just telling it where to go, and the brain inside will figure out what it needs to do to get there.
Okay, what happens if it loses the GPS signal?
If it loses the GPS signal, there's multiple fail-safes we put into place. Very simply, we can have it just slowly land itself. So it'll come down very slowly, land itself.
I think we're looking at some. I think we're going to look at some footage here.
Oh yeah.
This is something we shot from the roof.
Yep.
We hear like a little quadcopter-y, motory thing in the background, I guess. Oh no, we don't. You don't hear that.
You don't hear that. We hear it in our
hear
ears,
it.
but that's. All right, so it's
Wait,
really
this is real
smooth.
footage. This is real footage.
This was from yesterday?
Yeah, why is it so smooth?
It looks.
That's the gimbal actually here stabilizing the camera.
Oh, it's
Wow.
even doing it right now.
Oh yeah, look at that. So, okay, so in that video, you talk about smooth. Okay, here's my like wow factor.
I thought you were going to say
yesterday.
John P.
You are a total wow factor, John P. But beyond that, yesterday when we were out flying, you had it up in the air and going at it. It was moving, and all of a sudden I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, it's just standing still up there.
Yeah.
And I look at Scott and I'm like, wow, he is a really good pilot.
Yeah,
that is
That's
fantastic.
amazing.
I couldn't believe how.
And he's like,
how
look, no
still you
hands.
were.
That's how good I am.
Yeah.
No hands.
Exactly.
He took off his hands off the controls because I thought he was just really good at keeping it still. And that thing will just stay in the air and stand still mode.
Exactly. Basically, when it's flying with GPS, it will revert to a mode where it won't do anything unless you tell it to. So as soon as you stop putting inputs, it's going to hold its position, it's going to hover right there, and it's going to wait for you to say where
What
to
if
go
it
next.
ran out of
crazy.
battery? Hang on. What if I just stood there and just watched it until it just ran out of battery? Is it going to drop out of the sky?
Another failsafe we actually have is if the battery starts to get low, it will come back and land itself where it took off.
Okay.
So if it starts to get low, it'll actually kind of beep at you, let you know, and then it'll come back and land itself. And on the way back, if it's doing that, you notice it's coming. There's a car that parked where you took off.
Yeah.
You still have a little bit of control that you can nudge it around so you don't land on people or property.
So you can do that with the controller, right?
Yes.
Can you do that with the tablet too? Or you need the controller to nudge it around and stuff?
For the return to launch, you need the controller to nudge it around.
Okay.
You can always.
But also, if you were doing this in a field, the odds, I mean, if it was off by a few feet, it's no big deal.
Yeah, exactly. Generally,
Yeah.
it's about 1.5 meter variance. That's the precision we get with GPS nowadays. And so if you have about that amount of space, you should be fine.
Okay.
Awesome.
Now, there was one other thing that you did. Here's Gio up on the roof.
What are y'all doing up on the roof?
Actually, later.
I couldn't find you people for a little while.
We just wanted to go on the roof. I don't know why we went on the roof. Do you?
because the drone can fly from
Because it was
anywhere.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why wouldn't we go on the roof? I think that's the important thing. So there's Gio. He was actually shooting with a GoPro 360 rig. So he was taking a 3D video of it. And by the way, we have that video to show off later. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
Excellent.
definitely.
So you have another mode on this thing that is designed to seriously creep people out. It's called stalker mode.
Actually, I think it's called Follow Me.
Oh, okay.
That would be correct.
I thought it was called stalker mode, but I guess we'll refer to it as follow me mode. How does that work?
I hold a device in my hand,
Yeah,
right?
so basically any Android device, it has GPS in it. So we communicate with the Android device and pull that GPS location and then tell the drone to chase that around. And there's a couple different flight modes and different ways that it can follow you. It can be off to the right or the left, or it can revolve you as you're walking. So those
Hero
beautiful
mode.
Michael Bay shots,
Yes.
those revolving sun lens flares, all those good stuff.
That's awesome.
How many of these can we get flying at the same time?
You can actually get quite a few because the frequencies being analog are tuned very precise. So you can have a few in the air at a time.
Wait,
So here's what I want.
but they're not swarm.
No,
they're not
they're not
using
swarming.
swarm. Okay.
Here's what I want you to go back and work on, okay?
I want you to go make some swarm robots of these.
I need like 4 of these I need to be able to pull up my app, and I need to tell it at all times, no matter where I go, all 4 of them just swarm around me. Like if I go this direction, they're just go like that, and if I turn, they just keep just like an atom with its electrons.
Every time I
like
talk
that.
about swarm robots, you don't like the idea.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden,
These are mine.
you want these.
When the focus is on
to
John.
go.
When it's, yeah, exactly. That's it.
When
As
they-
long as they don't all turn on me, and
Right.
kill me,
As long as
then
they don't
it's okay.
start shooting missiles at you.
Again,
Okay.
don't do anything unless you tell it to.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Okay. What else?
What have we not asked you about?
So one of the really awesome things with the autonomy with the autonomous and the autopilot inside, is that we can tie back in here to 3DPalooza, is that it's very easy for us to put a sensor where you previously couldn't, whether that sensor's laser or a camera. Now we can get a sensor to a spot where you couldn't do it, and you can do it very cheaply, efficiently, and quickly. And you can do
Look
it very
at Scott
easily.
tying it back into our 3D
I know,
Palooza.
that was brilliant.
That was a good. That was a
really
good segue.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that was excellent. My job might be in jeopardy. But
try.
But you flew this thing. The reason you flew it all around the Geek House was because you were taking the photos with this that were sucked into the Autodesk applications, and they created 3D models out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really the amazing thing for me is what Autodesk has done with Recap 360. It's so easy to make these 3D models that previously you have $100,000 systems, you have $10,000 programs that are just incredibly difficult to operate, and you need all sorts of licensing and all this stuff. Now, if you want to make a 3D model of your house, say a real estate agent wants to make a 3D model of a house and show it off, super simple with Recap and the Iris Plus.
Nice.
It's kind of
That's
like
a very good.
what we were talking about earlier with the whole democratization of 3D.
Exactly.
You can get one of these devices. Okay, everybody wants to know, how much is this going to cost us?
All right. So the helicopter itself is around $750, and the gimbal's around $250.
Okay.
So if you have a GoPro already, you can slap your GoPro on there, and you're in the air for about $1,000.
How much extra for the controller over there?
So that $1,000 would include the controller,
Really?
and
Oh.
the telemetry module. This is how we communicate with the Android device.
Oh, wow.
And how much range does it have?
It's about half a mile, situationally dependent.
That's a lot.
Sure. Yeah,
If you're in a good area,
I
that
can't
doesn't
even
have a
see
lot
it
of
a half a
interference.
mile away.
Oh yeah, it would be well out of your sight. It'd be a very small dot in the air.
But you also have a monitor on that. How much is that?
Yeah, so this monitor's around $200.
Can you turn it around?
Yeah.
The camera's
So we can
covered
actually
up.
see
You're looking at the camera.
what the GoPro's seeing right here.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's
So
cool.
it's a little add-on kit that you can.
Hang on, I just thought of something.
I like the little antennas. They look like a little robot.
It does, kind of. I just thought of something. Have you seen, they're selling those handheld gimbal things for like, what's it called? Huh? Movi, like Movies.
Yeah.
They cost like $10,000 or $15,000. Why wouldn't I just buy one of these and walk around like I'll film Callie Lewis here
gosh.
with it? You know, be like, oh, there's Callie Lewis. And, you know, I can like shake it and stuff, but it doesn't matter because this is like a Movi.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of. Anyway, so
That's actually where Movi's a brushless gimbal, just like this gimbal here. And brushless gimbals actually started on RC helicopters. Because it's a
Okay.
platform, especially on multi-rotors, that it pitches and rolls to control itself. It doesn't have a control surface like a classical helicopter.
Right.
And so if your camera is hard mounted on there, your footage also pitches and rolls and does all this weird stuff. And so brushless gimbals give us the ability to very, very finely hold that camera in place and stabilize it.
So, bringing that back to the pre-monetary question and talking about democratizing the 3D here, for about $1,000, somebody like a realtor, like you were saying, they could.
Absolutely.
They need a little practice.
Yeah.
But if they had a little bit of practice, they could get one of these things, get the app, draw a picture around a client's house,
Exactly.
fly it around, have it pointing at the house, taking photos, build a 3D model, and put it like on their website for marketing purposes.
Exactly, yeah.
In fact, some college student could go buy one of these for $1,000 and then go sell the service to realtors for like $500 a house.
That's true.
And make a killing.
That's true. What are some other use cases that you've seen? Really interesting ways of using
Cinematography is obviously one of
Yeah.
the big things, making beautiful images. But basically, you're only limited by what you want to put on the helicopter and what it can carry. And so if you want to put some sort of sensor anywhere three-dimensionally, that's what this provides the ability to do. This specifically with a GoPro on here, along with 3D modeling, we can do large-scale surveying, something where normally you would have a $500,000 helicopter, a manned helicopter that would have to be taking pictures of power lines or things like that. You could do it right here, and you could do it all autonomously.
Yeah.
Very easy, much cheaper. If something was to happen, this falls out of the air and it's $1,000, not $500,000.
Not the world, yeah.
It's not a very bad day. It's one of the fun things we get to do is we get to see what people are doing with these every day.
Right.
Or we offer up this platform and say, what can you guys do with this?
There's one other thing that just reminded me of, which was you have the tablet out here, but you don't have your laptop here. But you guys have applications for both the tablet and the laptop that are free that communicate with this thing.
Yes, absolutely.
And you were doing some kind of programming with your laptop connected to this. Like you plugged a little dongle into your laptop and then you were doing something.
Where was I?
I don't know.
Not
you
on
were
the
working.
roof.
You were working.
No, I was working while you guys were playing on the roof.
So basically, our autopilot is an open source project. So all the software is open. Basically, you have the ability to tune and change everything all the way down to the smallest of details. Or if you don't want to touch it, the Iris Plus comes right out of the box ready for you.
I think it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, go ahead.
All I want to do, I don't even want to have a control set. Frankly, I know that you could, some people want to fly one because it's fun to like treat as a remote control vehicle and just have fun flying it, which is cool.
Yeah.
And that's great. I can appreciate that. That's not what I want.
You want a tool.
I want a tool. I want to be able to pull out a tablet, go, oh, that's what I want video of, circle it, maybe make one pass here, get at this height, and hit go. Send it off, do its job, come back, pack it up, and move on. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And you know what I want?
What?
I want to be able to take selfies to the next level. Janny just reminded me of this. And you coined a term called dronies.
Droney.
What is a droney?
So it's a selfie from the air. It's a selfie from the drone.
How does that work? You just like hit
So
the
you
button
don't need
and
your
it
arm out
flies
there or
around you?
any pull or anything
Yeah.
like that.
How would I do that? Would I fly it or would
You can
I
do that
do the
100%
automated?
from the tablet, actually. So you can.
It actually has, it says
it have
droney. It says
it has a
droney.
droney mode.
There's a button that says droney.
Oh, that's
Right there.
awesome.
You can arm it and take a droney.
Yeah, so you arm it and then it'll pop up a little button that says take off. You hit take off, it'll come up and you hit that drone.
OMG.
And then like,
Pose up.
Or like that.
yeah, no, don't ever do that again. Okay, guys, that's probably all of Scott's time that we should take doing this. But I know you want some, so if they want to order them, can they buy them right now?
Absolutely.
Where do they get them?
3dr.com.
3dr.com.
And you guys will be able to actually see more video and all sorts of different things that we've flown around.
We've got the
by
video
keeping
from the
up to
roof,
date.
too.
Awesome. Keep up to date on geekbeat.tv/3DPalooza for all the videos that we're going to push out over the next few weeks.
Yes, and if you think these are awesome, give it a thumbs up on YouTube.
Or two if you got them.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
A little bit for us. Oh, Swissy.
Wait, point cloud. What exactly does point cloud mean? And you scanned the Geek House
everything.
inside and out. Now that surprised me actually because I haven't.
Yeah, exactly. It gives you those really great, beautiful Michael Bay cinematic shots.